What's up, guys? Mr. Knows Hoops back today with another video. And today, guys, we are talking about the March Madness that is Jalen Green. So Jalen Green in the month of March is averaging 27, 6, and 3 on 50 from the field, 39 from 3, and 78 from the line with 1.3 stocks or steals and blocks. And the Rockets, during not obviously the entire month, but over the last 7 games are 7-0 and are actually making a little bit of a push to maybe upset the Warriors, who are currently sitting at the 10 seed, and take that play-in spot. But we'll see. And this is all, by the way, basically since or around the time Alper and Sengun's season has basically been ended, unfortunately. But without further ado, guys, this is Mr. Knows Hoops. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And today we are going to look at what has helped Jalen Green, it seems, finally get closer to the vision that a lot of people, when he was going to get drafted, had for him. And usually I kind of push this off towards the end, the most obvious thing. But today I want to start off with his scoring and looking at what has helped Jalen Green turn into a far more efficient scorer, at least in this month. And what can he do to help replicate it for future seasons to come? And hopefully this isn't just an anomaly run for his career. So coming up here in this first play, you're going to see here the two Jay Greens actually helping each other out. So then Jalen Green here gets Kevin Durant one-on-one. Gets past KD, right, pretty easily. Keeps him at his hip. KD goes up too early. So at that point, Jalen Green's able to just do more of a contact finish to go and get the lay at the rim and arguably get the foul. First off, this Houston's astronaut thing, fire. Second off, that again, the two Jay Greens, right? Screen action, steps back, and at this point, right, George Niang is kind of stuck at the level at the line. That's a smart three, right? And for any Rockets fans or even just Jalen Green fans or guys who have watched a lot of Jalen Green, you all know when I say this. Up until this point, and even some of the shots I have watched on the film, you know, some of these games during March in general, he still will take some dumb shots, right? But that used to be the bulk of his shot tendencies whenever you would watch a Rockets game. There'd be at least out of the, I don't know, like 15, 16 you take a game, a good 7 to 8 of those, you're like, what is that? Why are you taking this? What is the mindset? But it seems, at least in this stretch, he's understanding for him specifically, simpler is better. Right? So coming up here, right, Jabari Smith, great block. Green pushes it up to Van Vliet, slows it down, goes back out to Jalen Green, gets a little screen action, so Jared Allen kind of sticks up. And then you have Isaac Okoro, who's been a really good perimeter defender this season, right? Gets him one-on-one, attacks, again, similar to KD, but keeps him on that inside hip. So then, at that point again, he's going up one-on-one at the rim, gets a good layup. Dillon Brooks sets the screen, right? Gets his man one-on-one, slows it down. He's like, okay, hold on. I mean, they're up almost 20 now. Blows past him, right? And that's the other thing. So Jalen Green in the month of March, according to Cleaning Glass, is 75% at the rim, which is incredible, right? And even then, when you look at his shot like selection chart from the stretch of March, he's drastically attacking the rim more than he has been before, which I think is important because he's not a very good mid-range shooter. Throughout his entire career, he's been like 30%, like 31, 32, not good. So for him to finally decrease those shots and more so continue to attack and shoot, like, you know, from the three or from the at the rim, that might help his game expand or get better. But let's continue. Right. So then coming up here, yet again, another screen action, getting Van Vliet and Jabari Smith, because now Darius Garland's committed to Jabari Smith. Miscommunication here, right? Now, this is a shot that he normally takes, and I'm just going to be honest, he would not make. But he's, you know, feeling it. Boom. right? And when moments like that happen, you'll live with it, right? Because he makes. Now I want to talk about Jabari Smith, or not Jabari Smith, my apologies. Literally just looking at him. Jalen Green as a passer, playmaker, facilitator for this team. The one thing I do like, and I will give credit to Ime Udoka for this, you can clearly tell that he has recognized that that is not what Jalen Green is there for. Not that he's, awful, but I think we're starting to see the passing IQ and the IQ in general from Jalen Green really step up to the next level, right? So this is obviously back when they still had Sengun. So Van Vliet's going to get the ball, and I love this just extra pass, like how quick it was. Because at times, like we've talked about before, Jalen Green will love to take his time to really not end up doing a whole lot. And at that point, he's sort of just putting up nothing, and then usually just waits a possession. Right. But then you get Sengun. Now, part of moments like this is like, goodness, this offense is so stagnant. Like, what is happening? So Whitmore cuts, goes out to Green, and instead of just doing what he normally does, right, like to be 100%, and that's fair, right? I mean, it's pretty open. Boom. Gives it out one more time to Amen Thompson for the dunk, right? It's seeing those extra passes from Jalen Green and seeing those extra efforts as a passer facilitator that's really always going to make you happy if you're on the team, right? This is a great, underneath pass, right? Again, instead of going, let me try and force this rim attack, right? Boom, Sengun kind of, stops the screen, rolls. And at this point, he's like, okay. Because again, I mean, at this point, I think that's Chris Murray, if it isn't. But basically, the entire team could have just collapsed on Jalen Green if he decided, I'm going to just keep going and going and going. But instead, he goes, let me give this to Sengun. Because at worst, Sengun could pass it out to somebody else. Or he's going to get that bucket like he did. And then, finally, right after this clip, so he's going to get the screen action here from Jock Landale, who's going to roll because Tyus Jones sticks with him. Beautiful pass out to him, right? And again, these assists are not meant to be anything that makes you guys go, oh my God, my opinion on this player has changed forever. No. And again, it's just extra passes because Jalen Green, even earlier in this season, he would have kept going. He would have taken that thing on his own and probably would have still made it, but he would have gone on his own. But instead, he gets it out to Amen for the extra pass. Finally, I'm going to talk about his effort defensively because I will give him credit for this, even through a little bit throughout the season. You can tell Ime Udoka has really worked to instill in more so the younger guys. Like, you don't really need to instill Dylan Brooks to want to put an effort on defense. Fred VanVleet has been a part of a championship team. He knows that you got to put in some effort. Obviously, again, for guys like VanVleet and Jalen Green, there is only so much you can do at your size, especially in a league where everyone's a freaking giant. And relative to them, you're like, whoa. But let's get into the efforts of Jalen Green defensively, because I think it'd be fair to him for people to understand he actually is putting in an effort to at least try and get better and help his team. All right, so Green fights through the screen, sticks with the core. This is good defense, right? Gets his elbow into him, really fights, snags it, uses that athleticism to help out on defense, and immediately goes to start pushing to try and help get a transition take, which is awesome. Like, I love to see those forms of effort from him, right? Now you see him pretty tight on Sam Merrill because he has the idea that the screen is going to happen, right? And Jalen Green's sitting up on someone like Darius Garland, holding his own, and just to show you guys, right? Garland's pushing. Green already poked it out, right? Active hands. That's awesome. And seeing, Green actually try and use his frame to at least instill some form of like strength or like, you're not going to move me, is really good. Now, Jalen Green's on bull here, right? So Nurkic, seeing that, understandably goes mismatch, But instead, Jalen Green gets in front of this pass because there's a bit of a miscommunication between Bull and Nurkic. So then, boom, tips it out of the way and gets back out into transition. Right. Jalen Green's going to go here. Right. Misses his shot, which is fine, right? You nod it off. I mean, everybody misses. So then you keep going. Things slow down. But the effort he's giving you here, right? Boom, you got Nurk. And I love this. This is actual defensive IQ. Realizing Nurkic is so committed to the idea of, I got to get this ball out of the way with Brooks. Boom. Overwhelms Nurkic before he can respond. And immediately fights to get the ball and go and attack. That's a great opportunity created by Jalen Green defensively. So, finally, I guess the overall question of today is this sustainable for Jalen Green? Honestly, yes and no. I don't think the efficiency will stay here. The 50 from the field and 40 from three is a hard thing to maintain for any player. Let alone what will be now, his fourth year coming into next season. I do think he could give you 24 to 25 a night, so that'd be a little bit of a decrease, especially once Sengun is back. But I like the idea that clearly the Rockets are understanding for him the simpler things are, the better. And that's for a lot of players, by the way. So before I get in the comment, Imster, what are you thinking about Jalen Green? No. And so to see him give that improved defensive effort, to see him making the understand and putting in the effort for the extra passes and just taking smarter shots, that's very huge to see, especially going in towards the end of the season. So then, off season comes, he knows what he can work on to do even better. And hopefully that will translate into the next season. But without further ado, guys, this is Answer Knows Hoops. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. Is this an anomaly run from Jalen Green? Is the teams he's playing against, because the Rockets are 7-0, but if you look at a lot of the teams they beat, you're looking kind of weird at them. You're like, okay, there's like a win or two that are nice, but let me know what you guys think. As always, this is Answer Knows Hoops. I appreciate each and every one of you, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Peace out.